to the Honesty Bar. I know it's been a minute, but we're back, and I couldn't be more excited to even bring a guest on the Welcome Back episode. If you're new here, the Honesty Bar, it's a place where we keep it real, real conversations, raw conversations, and experiences. And today I have a very special guest, like I mentioned, my longtime friend, Keayana. She's the
Hello.
owner of SunKissed Babe. And, she's a thriving spray tan business and she does a bunch of other things. So I'll let her introduce herself and tell you guys a little bit about herself.
Like Carla said, I do spray tanning, I do permanent jewelry, I do a little bit of everything. I'm doing some 360 photo booths for the summer, so trying to stay busy. That's pretty much what I do.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Okay.
doing I keep keeping it small, nothing too crazy. So, just to kind of, stay afloat while business is kind of going through a wave.
Yeah, and I think those 360 booths are really starting to be popular. Even
Mm.
like for the birthday parties. I know I'm gonna need one for my sister's quinceañera. So look, once you get
Upcharge.
that jumping. Right.
Upcharge.
Shut up. I was gonna say the friend discount, but no, but yeah, so I brought her on here because like I told her she's a very well spoken person. Every time I'm with her, it's always good vibes, and I just thought it'd be cool, we could talk about her journey, starting a small business, and standing out within the beauty industry, all type of things. So let's get into it. I know you told them that you do spray tanning, but where can they find you? Where are you located right now?
I am located in the boonies. I'm in Yorkville. But it really is. So you know what? But it is a nice little studio that I got set up. But Yorkville is where they can find me.
Okay, and as far as your social medias, where can they book with you? Is it like an online website?
Yup. They can find me at SunKissedBabeCo.com. You can find me on Instagram. We'll tag all our little ads there, but you can pretty much find me anywhere. but not
Okay, sounds good.
but not in Aurora.
Not an Aurora. She said, no, you got to make that 20-minute drive. For the listeners that are not in Illinois or are
Oh my
not,
god.
from out of state, Aurora is the second biggest city in Illinois. So Yorkville is a little out the way. You need to
Exactly.
make that drive, but it's going to be worth it. She's going to have you glowing. You see what I
Hmm.
did there? The glow.
Exactly.
um, so, I mean, as far as like spray tanning, because me personally, I think I got a spray tan like once senior year, like right before prom. And
Hmm.
it wasn't like the best experience, I guess you can say. It was like very like uncomfortable, but I know within the reels and the content that you're pushing, you're really letting girls know like you guys book it. Like trust me, it's gonna
100%.
be worth it. So what would you say to the people that are kind of like second guessing?
I think you got to start with you got to come see me. That's the problem, and I genuinely mean that. Only because listen. I think that when you are standing in front of someone naked, you're in a very vulnerable point, right? Because you're not clothed, you're just kind of standing there awkward. You gotta connect with whoever is tanning you.
Right.
And that's something a lot of people don't have, that they're chasing a dollar. So they're just looking at you to get in and get out. And there's nothing
Mm-hmm.
personal. There's no trying to get to know you. So I'm talking to my clients like, from where are you going, girl? What do you got planned? What does your man do? We're just gossiping because at that point, you then forget, you know what? I'm not naked. I'm just talking to my friend, and this is over in
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes. So it's like, I think it takes a lot for um, you just to come in and have to get a spray tan itself. So you got to make the experience really really good, which is what I do. So
Yeah, and I was gonna say that. I mean, for the people that don't know you or the people that do know you, I feel like you have that aura about yourself. You make people feel comfortable. Like you're just like, girl, we're good. How you
I'm a little
been?
special. I'm a little special, Carla. I think we
Shut
both are.
up.
Because
Shut
I'm
up.
telling you, I've met so many people, and there's like it's different. The world is very different, and it's like not only, I mean, we even go back to our girl Kania. I'm like, there's not many people
Oh
like
my
us.
God.
It's like we don't have to sit and see each other for years, but the moment we sit and
Right.
talk, it's like that click, and it's like we always mean well. And it's like there's the people that I've met after high school. There's no comparison. These people are not cut from the same cloth, and it's like
Not
there's
at all.
genuinely good people, and it's like maybe five out of like 1,000. You know what I mean? And we're one of them five. So,
Hmm.
which is why I think we do good.
No, I swear. And I feel like you have the perfect personality for the business that you're running just because like
Thank
it
you.
goes into like the relationship to have that, and for them to build that trust and like just feel
Yeah.
comfortable about them because girl, let me tell you, like I said, my first spray tan, I did it like right before prom. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I can't go to freaking prom like pale. Like, I haven't hit no sun. There hasn't been no sun. So I go
Yeah.
and I went to like the usual, like LA tan, which they're kind of
Mhm.
known for that, spray tans or whatever.
Right.
And I go in there and the girl's like, she puts me in a room and she's like, hey, okay, so now you're gonna get undressed. And I'm like, damn, like I'm 17, 18 at the time,
Right.
so my mom had to sign a consent. And she's like,
Mhm.
yeah, no, you just go ahead and get undressed. If you don't want to get fully undressed, like you can leave like your underwear on. I'm like, bitch, I'm gonna leave my underwear on because
Right.
you're not about to, like I don't know you,
Yeah.
She didn't talk to me. She didn't ask me like, hey, how was your day? Like none of that,
And that's
And it
something.
was just like,
No,
go ahead, go ahead.
it's crazy because it's something that I pride myself on. It's like customer service because that shit is dead. I don't think many businesses even chime into like what true customer service is anymore. So even though
Literally.
I had a client today, she's like, oh my God, I messaged you. And I'm like, you and your mom messaged me. She's like, I literally was telling my mom, like, I need her. You have to email her. Like 3 emails from her mom. And she's basically like, I can't book you. Like, my daughter needs you. Like, is there any way I can call you? And like things like that, I was like, damn, like she's still, I even got to her very late just because I was having some maintenance issues with my website. And she still
Yeah.
waited, didn't book with nobody else. And she's like, I had to get my tan from you. She's like, because I'm the only, or you're the only one I feel comfortable with. And I'm like, and that's why people keep spending money. This is why they keep coming back. And this is why I think I'll always be successful, not to toot my own horn, but it's
No,
I
absolutely.
genuinely like love people. I love making people feel good about themselves, and it's like I really am not chasing the dollar. I'm just chasing relations, I'm
Making
chasing
people feel good about themselves.
yeah,
I feel like you
100%.
always emphasize on that. Yeah, and I was
Mhm.
gonna say like, the connection between like self-care and like, like mental health and just like
Mhm.
feeling good about yourself because us as women, like we love to upkeep ourselves,
Mhm.
nails, hair, whatever. And I feel like if you do go get a spray tan and you see like that bronzy and like that gold, plus the customer service, you're like you said,
Yeah,
you're gonna want to keep coming back.
yeah.
So I guess what would be like some common misconceptions that people have about spray tans? Because I know one of them is like it's gonna make you look orange, right? Like that's
A
what people
hundred.
say.
It'll make you look orange. Another one is black girls and Hispanics don't get spray tans, which is like the
Yes.
biggest. That is what I'm like. I'm like, anytime black girl books, I'm like, yes, like it is okay, let's do it. Because I think, and again, when you think spray tanning, you automatically think white girl. You think if you're not
Yeah.
white, you shouldn't be doing it. But spray tanning in general is really just to like tone out your entire skin. It's to make you look a lot brighter, especially after coming out of winter. Everybody has like a dull skin tone.
Yeah.
And that solution, it helps you look brighter. It helps hide, it doesn't take it away, but it helps hide cellulite. Stretch marks don't look
Does it
so
really?
yeah, it doesn't make your stretch marks
Girl.
look so visible. I'm telling you, you look like bomb.com. And again, it really is a confidence booster. We got girls walking in like, oh, like I'm gonna try it. They leave and they're like, oh my God, like I don't have to wear makeup. I look so good from top to bottom. So, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's those, I mean, I think again, orange and you not being able to tan because of your skin color, whatever, black, Mexican. I haven't had an Indian though, but I would definitely do Indian.
I'm done with you.
I'm seriously,
Wait,
I
so
just,
I was gonna ask you that. So like let's say like I go get a spray tan, right?
uh-huh.
And it's the summertime and I go to the beach. Can I still put on like
Yeah.
sunscreen over it to tan?
Yep.
Or how would
So
that
you're
like
anytime you go on vacation, it is like highly recommended that you go get a spray tan. Why? Because you already look the way you want to look when you're on vacay, right? When you go to vacay, you're like, ooh, I
mm-hmm.
want to get a tan. I want to look cute in my pictures. Well, you cut all that tanning, soaking in the sun, and you already get there bronzed. From that point, you just can apply sunscreen all over, and now you're glowing in the sun, but healthy. You don't have those crazy UVs on you, and people don't realize. I don't even think you knew because I didn't know until I learned this that
Yeah.
every time you have sunburn and a piece of your skin like peels, you're like one step closer to like sun cancer or skin cancer.
Really?
Yeah, and it's like it's crazy
Girl.
because so many people. I mean, even it's again, it's not saying like, oh, next year you're gonna get it, but you're way more likely to get it than any other person who moisturizes and lathers up with sunscreen. Me personally, never wear sunscreen in the summer ever because again, I'm like ignorant and I'm like black people don't get sunburned. We do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and after taking the course and having to like go more in depth than just like the skin and like the pH balance and just crazy shit, I'm like, wow, everybody has to wear sunscreen. So yeah,
Yeah.
you have to wear it. And then I don't even know if you wear it in your makeup, your moisturizer, all of that has to have it. It helps with all of your skin. So
I was
it's
gonna
crazy.
say, I mean, yeah, I feel like my SPF, like on a daily wear, as far as my makeup, I include it, but over the summer, same thing. Like, I don't wear it over my body, And like sometimes, like, there's been times over the summer, you're just out with like your kids or whatever. Girl, I'll come back, my shoulders like will be
It's
like
crazy.
burnt, and I'll
And this,
start peeling. So
yeah.
the way that you say that, I'm like, not me having shoulder cancer. Like, hold
Yeah,
on
no,
now.
it's it's no, and listen, it's crazy only because listen, this podcast is not gonna go well. We are gonna get canceled. Okay, listen. As far as like okay, listen, we're either 30, we're getting to 30, right? So me myself, listen, stop laughing because I'm not gonna be able to finish this. So
No, say it,
okay.
say it.
I'm like, I want to take better care of myself. So I went to a
Mm-hmm.
dermatologist and I'm like, give me everything I need. I want to, I would just give me even a step by step stuff you think about. Why wash my face at night? I wash my face in the morning, and there's more to it. And it's like I don't want to be 40 trying to reverse shit, from years
Mm-hmm.
ago. I want to work on it now. So even then, how you just said, well, I don't wear sunscreen. You know what I mean? You're not going to notice it right now, but you're going to be like, oh my gosh, in 5 years, 6 years, my skin is tougher. It feels
Oh
like,
my
it doesn't
God.
feel so bouncy. Like, shit, I should have been taking care of myself. So that's what I'm doing now. And I'm like, trying to advocate for that because we all should. I'm trying to look like Kim K when I get older. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to
I
look
know
like
that's right.
I'm not trying to look a little busted. And I've seen some people from high
Mm.
school.
We're not gonna name no names, but
No names, but
class
I've
of
seen those people.
2013. Look, class of 2013 is looking like class of '03.
Oh,
Okay.
I said, how many kids you got? They're like, oh, two. Oh, I got four. What happened? What happened?
I swear to God. No, but that's so true though, because like especially now, like, I'm a smoker, but I haven't smoked in a while. And like I can
I'm
I
gonna put
feel the
my pause.
difference. No,
You can't listen. You can't.
I'm so is.
it? Why would we sign? Listen, I want you to know you can't start with like I'm a smoker. Like that just sound like
For the people that know.
like a Karen or something. No, you're not just a smoker.
No, this is the honesty part. We're gonna be honest. If y'all know,
Can
big
we
puffs,
elaborate what we
big.
smoke? Because you can't. I'm a smoker. You can't start with that. I
No, no,
think it's
no, no.
irritating.
Yeah, no, no cigarettes, no vapes. Only the bestest of the devil's lettuce. That's what we're rolling it up. But like honestly, like, and I mean, I've had been, a smoker like for a while, and I started like thinking about it and just like taking it in. And I'm like, bro, it really does like make you age. It gives you wrinkles. Like there's
It
so many
does.
downfalls for it, and
Mhm.
I'm just like, yeah, for the moment or after work or etc. or whatever, like it might feel good or, whatever, alleviate you or the stress, whatever you may want to say it does. But I was like, I need to take a break because I'm about to be 30. I want the same thing with you. Like I've been trying to drink green tea instead of coffee, trying to
Yeah.
drink my water more, switching up
100%.
my skincare to see, what fits best for me. I haven't gone to a dermatologist, but I'm glad that you said that because I was looking into
And
it.
again, you should. I'm
And
telling you, that should be on a list. And even then, like I could send you the shit they sent me because it's like it really is basic steps, but it's like stuff that I think when we were younger, I don't know about your mom, but like my mom was too busy working. So it wasn't like she was trying to
mm-hmm.
teach us to be a young lady and teach us, you got to take care of this. So I'm trying to reverse years worth of like, bad skin or
Yeah.
again, you can't take away stretch marks, but even then, before I had kids, you know what I mean? I had them because I was plus size in high school and as a
Yeah.
little girl. So it's like things like that. It's like you can only do so much, but with what you can do, you should do it. And that's what I'm living by in 2025. If I can change something, if I can apply it and do well with it, I'm going to because
Yeah.
life really does. I mean, damn, we were just in eighth period yesterday in high school. Like, what happened? I woke up and I got four fucking kids. It's
I
really
swear to
ghetto.
God. And
It's
girl,
wild.
it hits me the most. And like as your kids get older, it'll hit you a lot quicker too. But like
Mhm.
I was just thinking like, fuck, dude, next August I'm gonna have a freshman, like,
Carla,
and
listen,
it just
you gotta
made.
bring her.
Don't ask me how old I am. Don't ask me how old I was when I had him. Just know
That's
he's here.
crazy. That's crazy though. Like
I know. That's why I'm like, I'm gonna have a DD in 3 years. That's the only positives
that
I'm looking at right
true.
now. But all those, yeah, no, same. Like, I'm just like, man, time is really going by. And same thing, like my mom, she still, till this day is still working, but she looks good. And like people tell me like, damn, your mom looks really young. But my
Yeah.
mom, she doesn't really drink, she's never smoked. So it's
Mhm.
like the fact that she looks like that, if she would have, taken care of herself or even have like the knowledge of it, because nobody taught her. So now, I'm like, mom, you need to do this, you need to do that, hey, cleanser this, moisturizer that. And she's
Uh,
like doing that to try to reverse it. So I'm like, I think it's really important for us at this time, or even if you're a listener right now and you're in your early 20s, like, dude, go for it. Start right now. The earlier
20s,
you start, the
uh,
better it'll be.
20s is prime. It is total prime.
Oh
It is
man.
I'm telling you, I think I wish someone would have told me, sit your black ass down, stop trying to go to Black Door, stop trying to go drink. You're not gonna go here. You're not, I wish they would have said, go pick up a book, Kiana. Go pick a book up and go moisturize. Because I would have said, okay.
No, we're not gonna talk about you in Black Door because
Like,
listen.
Black Door was a Black Door. There was nothing good coming out of that. So that you should do a podcast on Black Door stories.
I swear to, hey, coming soon. Me and Kiana gonna give y'all the rundown of Black
And
Door.
it was run down. So
Shut the hell
I can't. Look at my eyes are blurry off of black. Don't bring that up. Don't use the word anymore.
up.
That's bringing back
It's
memories.
freaking. I'm surprised they're still open. Like, it's amusing to me. They've been probably the longest running business in Aurora, other than
I'm
Aurora's Pancake House. Because ain't no
I'm not
fucking way.
surprised though. I see a lot of black Dories walking around in Aurora, so I'm not
Not
surprised.
Black Dory.
That's what you gotta
Hey,
call
we're gonna
them because
call them
they.
no. We're gonna call them veterans because they really, they did what they did. That's fucking crazy. I mean, how did you even start like wanting to spray tan though? Like what made you want to take a course or how long was the
Um,
course?
I went to go get my eyelashes done, and I was talking to the lady who was doing them, and she's like, she was pretty much asking me what I was doing or what I do for a living, and I just said like, "Oh, girl, like, I'm broke. I'm a wife. Like, my husband got me." So I was
Yeah.
like, and she's like, "Well, do you want to do anything?" Like, well, I'm like, "Yeah, I'm chilling. Like, I'm pregnant. I was already like 9 months pregnant, and I said I I thought I had." A lot of other things planned out before I got pregnant, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things I wanted to do, but I just in my mind there I have tomorrow, I have, whatever. So she's like, no, you should do something. You should think about it. And she's like, I do this, I do spray tanning, I do Brazilian waxes and all this other stuff. And I was like, oh damn, like it's pretty cool. I seen she had a toddler and I'm like, if she could do it, I could do it. So
Yeah.
she's like, come get a spray tan. And, first of all, I was like, ew, like, no, you could never pay me enough. I'm being
Really?
serious. Yes, I was like, hell no, you're not
So
gonna
wait,
see all.
before this you never spray tanned yourself or anything?
Never, because again, why would a black girl get a spray tan? That's what was in my
Right.
mind.
Okay.
And I
Uh-huh.
said, like, you gotta buy a girl a drink before you see all this, and I have to pay for it. I have to pay you to see me like this, like never. So anyway, she
Yeah.
convinced me, and it was 1,000% awkward. I could tell you that. But I guess it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be because she's very sweet. And then from that point, um, I got certified with her. She was an instructor and she trained me on it. And I took away one thing she definitely taught me was like, she gave me a handbook of like the full game. And I always tell her, like, I'm forever grateful for that because she's like, I could teach you the technique, but I can't teach you how to hustle with it. And that's true. If you're going to take whatever you
Yeah.
get out of that, and whatever you get out of that, you're either gonna make a dollar or you're gonna break the bank. You know what I mean? Like it's either
Yeah.
one or the other. So from that point, I was like, you know what? I sat up with my husband. I'm like, I think I'm gonna try it, and
Mm-hmm.
he's so supportive. He's like, girl, like do whatever you fucking want, and I'm gonna back you up a
I
thousand
love
percent.
that.
So with that is like I started, and like with him again, again business in general. I don't think it's a great thing to have. But sometimes you get into the point where you just want to quit. You know what I mean? You want to be like,
Mm-hmm.
fuck it, this is not what I was expecting. And I definitely had some sorry, I'm getting a little nervous. I'm just kidding. um, when you talk so much, it's like like why does this have to happen right
You
now? But
gotta
anyway.
clear, Yes.
Sorry. So, no, after talking with him, it's like you realize, like, damn, you could do anything you want, but having the easy access to have everything, it gets to a point where you could easily quit because it was so easily given to you. I don't have that
Mm-hmm.
hustle story where damn, I worked long hours to make this. No, I was blessed. 1,000%. I was a housewife who was blessed, and I have an amazing husband, and I give everything to him because without him, I literally would be, I don't know, I'd probably be at Burlington.
Part-time and shit.
Like
And you know what? Hey,
I'd be at the register,
look,
So,
no, doing your one too, getting your little shit. No, I feel you, but I
exactly.
was gonna say it's really good that you have that support system because I feel like especially as a small business owner and just you trying to, hustle your way out and building a brand and just building that clientele, you really need someone there to be like, you got this, like you're good, like
Mhm.
whatever you need. So I think it's really important that you have that. So you took the course, and the lady, how long was the course? Was it a long time?
It was no, it was honestly, it was a day's worth. It was just,
What?
yeah, and I'm telling you, it's crazy because the whole business itself, like I said, you're gonna take whatever you get out of what you learn, and you are really gonna make something super, super beautiful, and you still have to do your own research. I think that's why a lot of people, they do businesses, or even we could talk about spray tan artists, right? I see a lot where like, well, my business is not flourishing, I cannot get clients here or whatever, but it's like, what else
Mm-hmm.
have you done from the point of after you got your certificate? What have you done besides make a post or you know give this for free? I mean, it's not just night and day. You got to continue to work every single
Yeah.
day and try to come up with something new and try to do something cool. It's like, it's great. You really are plastered all over social media because that's where your clientele comes from. And it's like, if you're not putting in the work, nothing is coming to you. So, I don't know. It's, it's crazy. It was easy though. It was a quick course. And from that point, I just, birthed myself into this.
Yeah, and I was gonna say I love the content that you make because it's not just like a repeatedly type of content. Like you're always giving tips and tricks, you
Yeah,
know,
you have
just
to
it just
because
even yeah. And I feel like as a business owner, like you said, you have to always kind of keep your mind open and see like, okay, what else can I do? Let me think outside the box. Let me think about what's going to attract my audience, what's going to gather that information for the next person or somebody to just want to book. Because I'm telling you, I feel like a lot of people do have misconceptions about spray tanning.
they really
But
do.
like even like are misinformed. Like I didn't know that you can tan like on top of the spray tan. Like that was
Mhm.
like one of the things that I didn't know. So that's why I'm like, oh my God, now that I'm learning and I'm knowing, like I'm getting more intrigued,
Yeah.
and I want to try it.
Or some people too. I mean, we're gonna say my mom now. My mom's like, oh, like I want to just do my legs. Like, do people do that? And I'm like, yeah, they do their legs. They do just their arms or their face and their neck and their arms. Because I have a lot of clients who will tell me I'm not ready for like you to see my stomach, or I'm not ready for me to be butt naked. You know what I mean? Which again, I go at people's pace, whatever they're comfortable with. So yeah, some people literally only do portions of their body because maybe that's the only part that's going to show, like their biker shorts or whatever shorts they're going to wear. So yeah, I think, I try to give as much information because the more you know, like I said, the easier or the more confident you're going to feel when booking with me. So
When booking with
yeah.
you. Yeah. Do you have any tips for people that, look at you or any other like spray tan businesses like that you might want to just tell them like, girl, just go for it, or like where did you take your course? I guess I should ask.
I took it with Glowing by Maya. She is phenomenal. It's like if you ever thought of a big sister in a business, that would be it. Um, but she's taking a little break right now. She just had her second baby, so things are a little slowed down for her. But she literally is probably the best person you could ever come across when coming into business. But like any advice, honestly, I'd give to people, I would. It's crazy. It's just like cliche, but like, you just do it.
Mhm.
Because what's the worst thing that's going to happen? You're going to fail. No problem. Pick something else. You know what I mean? The thing about
Yeah.
life, you could literally change your mind like 3 or 4 fucking times. You could do whatever you want. Um, and it's just a matter of like, why is my throat doing that? Like, come on, Carla. You better, you better edit that out.
Shut up.
So, skirt, it's a wrap. Like, I'm trying to get all sentimental, and it's like, like, okay, like, let me
It's
get a
not
little,
letting you throw and letting you.
let me get a little thuggish because that's clearly what it wants. Anyway,
Stupid.
no. So that's what I was saying. I would again just fucking do it. And it's crazy because back then you would say, you know what, just have a good support system. We don't have that nowadays. You really don't. So either you're lucky and blessed, like I was, or you gotta fucking, survive through some difficult
Find
shit
that grit.
alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and half the people that you really do think are going to support you will not support you. I've had the most support from people I have never fucking met. I met a girl one time. She came in for a spray tan, and she's like, "I want you to come. I want you to come. Be a vendor at this event I'm gonna do." From that point, I had over 120 people give me their contact information for a
Oh
spray
my
tan.
God.
Yes, and she literally will like shout me out whenever she can. And I'm like, it's just like things like that. It's like, wow. It even goes back to like just basic support. Now we're gonna get into something real quick. Like, I think people don't realize in their mind, well, I liked Carla's post. That's good enough. No, share it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you see it on Facebook, share it again. When you see it on
Yeah.
Twitter, share it again. You know what I mean? And it takes 2 fucking seconds just for you to be on that whole um, support to make sure that
Yeah.
you know what, maybe the viewers that I have on here aren't on that other platform. And people don't take again, it's bare minimum these people do nowadays. But it's like
Yeah.
even with family or cousins or aunt or whatever, it's like, man, all I needed was for you guys just to do all this shit when I first started. No one did it. And I don't know. It gets you to thinking. It's like these people that you do meet that are clients, they really do become your fucking best friends. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
it's just crazy. It's crazy the way the world works.
No, I agree. I agree 1000%. And, just talking about that, my friend Kenji, the comedian that had just passed away recently, when he first, started doing comedy. And when I first brought the idea to him, because he brought me onto his podcast, but I had already been listening to it for a while. And I
Yeah.
was like, Ken, I really want to do a podcast. He's like, you ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do shit. Come on, do it then. Let me see if you're really about it. And it kind of pushed me. And when I started doing it, he was like, look, I'm gonna tell you something, and I never want you to forget it. He's like, this shit, the podcast that I have, he was like, you gotta make a motherfucker a believer because it's cool. Your podcast is gonna reach the audience, the people around you, city of Aurora. He's like, if you really wanted to make it go big, like you have to reach a bigger audience. You got to make somebody believe in you. And I think
Hmm.
it all goes back to that, just having the support from strangers. Same thing, even with Sweet Hustle, my other little business.
Yeah.
I've had so many people that constantly reach out to me that are not in Aurora. They're maybe from Oswego, DeKalb, etc. But they seen my post from somebody sharing it. And they'll be like, hey, girl, I don't live in Aurora, but can you drop it off to my auntie? I'll get it from her, or etc. But just to have that outreach and people just sharing it, I think is really important. Like you said, some people do the bare minimum and they'll like a post and they think that that's enough. No, it doesn't cost shit to share something. And it's not even just saying that they have to do it all the time, but just for
But you
you
know
to
what?
know, like, okay,
But you
maybe,
do. But you know what? Let's be
but
real.
you do.
But
Let's
you
be
do.
real.
Because you know why?
Right.
It's like this is the shit that I now it's like, ooh, you better light me up. My voice better not crack right now. Okay. So listen, it's like here we are supporting. I mean, I'm telling you, every time UGG drops a new fucking pair of boot, boom, everybody buys it. Pair of new Jordans, everybody buys it.
Yup.
The t-shirts, the nails, I mean, every single thing. It's like, but you see this business who at this point right now in life is not anywhere near the amount of what these big no names are. The least you can fucking do is share it. That's it. So even when we think, well, you know what, they don't have to always like. No, you should. You should because you want to make sure that I make it. You should be rooting for me because it's like that's like the right thing to do morality wise. It's like
Yeah.
you should want everybody to make it, and it's like you are sitting at home. What is that commercial? You're sitting at home. You ain't got shit to do. So, whatever that old little. You know the commercial. That's how
Yeah.
I feel because it's like you are sitting at home, not doing a damn thing, like on your phone. You scrolled past it. I know you've seen it. Like it. Why not? I'm gonna pop up on somebody else's little page. Do me that solid
Yeah,
because clearly you're not contributing. You didn't place an order with me. You didn't do nothing. The least you could do. That's
you
cheap.
didn't
If you want to
right.
talk about not contributing, let's do that. So I think
Yeah.
2025 people should do more of that. You don't know that person? Continue to share, continue to do shit. You know why? Because even then, I'm not about to buy no popcorn from your kid next year. Like I remember that you did not you didn't put me on, you didn't come, you didn't support me. Don't ask me to support your kid. I'm for
No, for
real.
real. Don't send me the Girl Scout cookie sheet because I'm
No,
not buying them.
I'm not. No, I'm not. You got me all the way fucked up. I'm not doing it. So for real, treat people right because it might be your kid I walk right past.
Hey, my kid will pull up on your kid. Don't fucking play.
No,
And
for real. Like, I just, that's what I'm telling you. I hope all small businesses make it. I hope everybody supports
I hope
everybody.
so too. I really, really root for all small businesses. Like even the businesses that started small now have storefronts. Like I
Mm-hmm.
really, really root for those people because I know what it's like to start off and it's hard, posting and keeping up, being consistent. Like it does take a lot of your time and energy. So
Yeah.
if you're listening, please, if you have a fellow friend, all it takes is one share. Because
Oh,
honestly, like if you think about
exactly.
it, maybe it might not be for you, but you don't know if somebody's following you and it might be for them. So if you see this episode, please, by all means, share
Mhm.
it.
Share it.
Get to sharing it. Tag your
Say,
friends, tag everybody.
tell your kids to tag, I see that all of them are on podcast listening. Tell your kids to listen too.
No,
So
I swear.
it's crazy.
Literally. So other than the spray tans, I know you do permanent jewelry too,
I
right?
do. I sure do. That's something that gosh, I took on a little bit after I started the spray tanning because I feel like you always got to have something to complement whatever else you're doing. So I thought
Yeah.
permanent jewelry was a cute little thing I can do because I'm like, you know what, a little anklet or bracelet before you get your tan and you can get your tan done. But that's something I started too. So it's been good, but I think again, business, I don't know. I'm very different. I think, for instance, permanent jewelry, I don't even know if you know much about it, but
I
um
don't. And I was gonna
it,
ask you, like, is it really permanent? Like, can I bust it
so
open? Like,
yeah. Oh, that's gonna be canceled. Don't say that out here. So, ooh, relax.
Dude, are
So
you gonna
okay.
yank it?
So I have a couple pieces on me right now, and you got to keep in mind. So permanent jewelry. I don't know who came up with that name. Okay, because it's not. It's permanent to an extent. Can it break? 1,000%. It's like any other piece of jewelry. You know what I mean? The only difference from permanent jewelry and like what you would go buy at a store is that it doesn't have a clasp on it. So you can't just take it on and off. You're going to shower with it, you're going to go swim with it. It literally is not going to come off unless again you snag it or it gets yanked off.
Yeah.
So it has like a little tiny little jump ring that I use a welding pen to pretty much like, weld together and then it's pretty much on you. But I love them because you can literally dress them up, dress them down. You can add little charms. And these are all like gold filled and like sterling silver. So it's not like any janky material or anything that's gonna like, change the color of your skin. I know some
Yeah.
materials that you could buy at stores, they have like a little copper, what is it, like a penny smell sometimes.
Yeah. That's what I was
Yeah,
gonna ask.
nothing. You get nothing of that. So the other cool thing about it, so permanent jewelry has always been known to be pretty expensive. So I don't know. I feel like no matter where I make it in life, I'm always gonna be that one girl who was living paycheck to paycheck or struggling with my brother trying to make pay bills. I'm always going to think about shit like
Yeah.
that where we couldn't afford basic things sometimes just because being
Yeah.
trying to like live in a young adult world, it was very hard trying to like manage everything. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not like we had like super rich parents to fall back on. You know, my mom has been a single mom since we were kids. So it's just been crazy. But anyways, I had so many clients when I first started the permanent jewelry who would reach out to me and they'd be like, well, what's the price? And I'd be like, oh, you know, it's $60 for this and $70 for gold. And they'd be like, okay, cool. And they would never hit me back. And I'm like, well, what in the world? Because I'm pricing these prices where everybody in the permanent jewelry is pricing them. And I could not understand. And I'm like, you know what? Like, I kept them there for a while. And I definitely had some customers who purchased at that price. But just recently, I like lowered all my chains to like 35 and like 40 because I think it is okay to be affordable in a expensive shit ass world that we're in. And
Mm-hmm.
even with lowering it, I mean, I've seen people who are like, damn, it's only 35. Well, then I want three. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, why not? Go ahead, buy three. Let me get it for that versus me trying to sell you one chain for $60. Like, it's absurd when you think
Yeah.
about it. You know what I mean? But again, I'm giving you the experience too because you know I have a cute setup. My studio is set up so nicely. It's a private bathroom. I see it's only by appointment. You know what I mean? So I'm only worrying about you at the time. So there's definitely more that comes with that price tag in the beginning, but in
Yeah.
my mind, like it's not that deep. You know, I'd rather have consistent people. If maybe you buy two chains from me now, and then you see me in 2 months, and you're like, "Girl, I want to come for an anklet." I'm like, I have a consistent customer who is always going to come back to me. I'd rather have that than someone buying an expensive two bracelets that are over $150, and then I never see them again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
No,
that's what I
absolutely.
do.
And honestly, like now that you said that, like even the prices, it's a really good price range. Not only that, it's quality jewelry. It's gonna last a while. I mean, until you say like somebody yanks it or busts open
Yeah.
or
And
whatever.
but you know what? Again, going back to it, you want it in the weirdest way. It's like a safety caution. Like you do want it to break. God forbid anything gets snagged, because I mean, you either want your arm or you know your wrist coming off of something, or just you want it to snap and fall off. I want my bracelet to fall off. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so it's definitely a good thing to have. And then again, if anything ever falls off, like you keep the pieces and then I re-weld for free because you purchased with me. So that's something that I
Yeah.
offer all of my customers, which a lot of people don't. I'm not trying to, you know, bad talk the other companies, but I'm not going to charge you after you purchase with me. So that's another good thing about my business.
Yes, period. I cannot wait to go see you because I love anklets in the summer, so I think
You
it'll be really
should.
cute.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I'm
I
telling
think
you,
it'll
they're
be
so
really
cute.
cute.
I would put my foot up, but that's gonna be extra charge. But I have the cutest anklet. I'm trying to. I'm not gonna have people screenshot me and sell my feet on there. I heard about them, so I don't know who you got on here.
Really?
um, the anklet, I'm telling you, and you can do. I have one that's a double chain. I double wrapped it, and I have a cute little like diamond dangling on it. So there's so many cute little
Oh,
things
okay.
you can do. So yeah, we'll definitely do something cute
Wait.
for you. I know
No,
about
I
screenshot.
swear.
Everybody likes to screenshot nowadays. So I'm keeping my feet low. No one's gonna catch me
That's
bad.
what- I'm gonna leave my sock like half on and shit.
You know what? Don't do that, Carly. Gonna leave the whole shoe on.
You fucking stupid. I'm
I
gonna get a full
can't.
PTSD moment. Shut
Oh
up.
my gosh. I cannot. That's crazy.
That was the craziest shit ever. I mean, other than small businesses, I did just want to talk about something because I don't know if you're on this side of TikTok, but it's been going around and it's been mind fucking me. I feel so bad. Do you remember that girl Kanika Jenkins that died in Chicago
In
in
the
a
freezer.
freezer?
Yeah.
Have you been seeing that go on TikTok?
Nope. Mm-mm.
Okay, so I mean, for the people that don't know, or for the people that do know, so there was this girl. She was like 19 at the time, and she had went to a party with her friends in Rosemont. I think it was the Crown Plaza Hotel, So long story short, she goes to the hotel with her friends and she ends up dying in a freezer. They ruled out her death to be hypothermia, you know, when you're like passed out from freezing to death basically. So
Mhm.
as of recently on TikTok, and I'm glad I did my research because if not I would have sat here and lied to you dead in your face, told you some shit that was not even true. But on the side of TikTok recently, a person had came out and gave out like a witness statement, and they put out a whole, literally a whole statement that had like the Rosemont PD logo, like crazy as fuck, right? Made up this whole story about how she died. And I was like, dude, I'm telling you, this shit mind fucked me on TikTok for like a week. But like on the statement, it was saying that this guy that worked at the hotel, um, basically was smoking with some guys like in the freezer. Like that was like the regular routine. Like they would go and smoke in the freezer like on their break or
Mhm.
whatever. And I guess that night, like she went in the freezer and she was fucked up. And I guess she knew one of the guys and they were like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm fucked up. I'm waiting for my friends, but they're not hurrying up." So I guess, you know, since they saw she was fucked up, they ended up raping her, dude. And yeah, and I guess like she was trying to fight them off. And in the time of them fighting her off, the dude like got mad at her for, you know, hitting him and shit. So he ended up like body slamming her, hitting her in her head, which explains, you know, the trauma that she had on her head because they did find forced trauma in her head, but they couldn't explain where it came from. They don't know if she like fell against something and hit her head when it happened. So there was like this huge statement, and as of recently it hit Rosemont PD, and they had to come out, the family had to come out and say like, no, like absolutely that's not true. But I feel like the family came out and said that it wasn't true because they had already hit their settlement. They kind of have
Mhm.
already got paid for her death and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but I was just like, man, dude, like just even that resurfacing makes you really think about being cautious and just like overall watching like your surroundings. Like you don't know what's going to happen, where it's going to happen. It hits different like as a mom and seeing the mom come out, you know, cuz God forbid something happened to like our kids and any of that matter. Like that's scary, dude, you know?
No, I honestly, I mean, it is, and I think it's danger is a lot more closer than any of us fucking think. I mean, just recently, this was like 2 months ago, I had the weirdest encounter. I mean, it's nothing crazy, crazy, but it's just gets you thinking. It gets you a little paranoid. But I basically had someone message me asking for a spray tan. He was a man, and I don't spray tan men at all. Um,
Yeah.
just just by choice. And he was like, "Is there any way you could see me?" And I said, "Unfortunately, I don't spray tan men, but I have this amazing person who would love to spray tan you." Right away, he's like, "Well, I seen your work. I would just want to work with you." So I started looking at the profile because he was a creep enough to make a profile with my website. So everything was fake. The fake email, the fake name. Um, and he wouldn't just send sentences, they were paragraphs of like, well, I'm going to be here. I want to be nude. Um, I want to have a good tan. I want to make sure that you can work with me. Just like weird, giving too much
Yeah.
information that really needed to be. And I ended up reaching out to, the lady who certified me, and she's like, "Oh girl, I'll take them." She's like, "Because I have nothing but multiple studios near me. I'm not going to be alone with him." Which was my biggest concern, especially with men. That's just what it is. I can do whatever,
Yeah.
but that's who I am. I don't think I would ever service a man alone, especially the studios that I have, they're homes, you know what I mean, that I make into businesses. So it's like too much can go on in a house where no one can hear a damn thing, especially if you
Hell
don't have
yeah.
multiple visitors. So he, I checked with her. She said she'll take them. I sent over to him the information of hers, and I let him know she has that date specific, specific date available for you and the time that you're wanting. He read it, didn't reply, and then the next day, so the cool thing about my website, I could see anybody who's visiting. So he would visit my website. I think it was at least a week and a half from the last time he opened up the email, maybe 4 or 5 times a day. And you would just see him hovering. He would be putting,
What?
yeah, he'd be putting stuff in the cart, like as if he was going to shop and check out, but wouldn't check out. And it would remind me that, like, oh, this person, abandoned their cart. And then it would show that this is why I changed my booking, which I don't even think you know, but back then I would let people book whatever date they wanted. So I took all of that off because he booked twice with me after I told him I was not going to take him. And he sent
Oh
in his
hell no.
yeah, he sent in his deposit twice, so I had to refund it. And then he would just continue to hover. He would just, I mean, then I saw him going to my store policy and just, it would tell me that he was there for like a minute and 40 seconds. It's pretty much down to the T like that. And then he's like, um, geez. The last thing he wrote, he ended up writing back to me and he's like, is there any way I could twist your arm for you to spray tan me? So I was like,
What
that's
the hell?
yes. And I was like, come on, like, can this guy just disappear? Like, what is it? I didn't reply back. I just left it at that. And then same day got a Instagram message from Mark2468, which was a fake profile clearly. And it said, do you or will you spray tan a nude man? So I was like, this is the same guy. There's no fucking way it's not. So, anyways, my mom loves to fucking read and look into dumb murder shit and creepy shit stories that happen. And she's like, oh my God, like, he's gonna come and visit you, and how scary. And I literally was on
Hell
edge.
yeah.
Every single time I had a client like close the door, I was making sure that I could see hair and I was making sure it was a woman. It was just very eerie during that time. And he disappeared up until last week. His ass came back. He hovered back on my website. So it's just creepy, It's a very
What a
weird
fucking
thing.
creep. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
and I can't block
Do you watch a lot of like crime shit as well?
I
Like,
used to. So I used to listen to crime or like crime episodes when I would be doing my makeup and hair. But you know what? I stopped because I think mentally it was draining me because
yeah.
I feel like I was so in tune with what happened to the victims, and especially any stories that happened with kids. It was like I was thinking about it
Mm-hmm.
like, wow, like, or after having my daughters, I was like, oh my God, like this man did this to a 1 year old, or he did this. And I look at mentally, I couldn't. So, like, I don't,
Mm-hmm.
I literally do not watch anything unless it pops up on my page, but I don't go looking for it anymore. Where back then I used to, oh my God, I used to stay on the craziest shows. But no, it does a lot to you. And I think, I don't know. There's too much to life, you know what I mean? And I don't fucking know. I fucking love it. I'm telling you, I love to like really learn into it and dive into it. But it's like, damn, like, I don't know. It's like it brings the sadness over you when you dive too much into it.
I think so too, but I was gonna say I'm a junkie for a good crime documentary. I don't know if I could do it how I used to, like back in a couple maybe years ago, where I could sit there for a weekend and binge watch like first 48.
Yeah,
But I love the shows just because it can be very informative in a way, I guess you can say. But same thing, like it drains you and you start thinking about like, fuck, what if that happens to me? Or I see a lot of like the crime shit with like, teenagers, and I'm just like, oh my God, like I have to talk to my son. Like I don't want him to like be at the wrong place, wrong time.
it's crazy.
Um
Yeah.
and I think right now, especially like, and the reason why I brought up the Kanika Jenkins story is because like even a couple weeks ago, like you could just be out wanting to have a good time. This girl at Mansion Live, I don't know if you've seen it. She got shot by the security guard.
Oh,
shot to
I did
death.
see that.
Just
Yep, I seen that.
innocent bystander, you know, like she
Mhm.
was just, I guess a fight broke out, and there was a bunch of guys fighting the security guard, and security guard pulled out a gun and bust a shot, and the girl ended up passing away, unfortunately.
Mhm.
So it's just like wrong place, wrong time.
Yep.
Just be cautious. It's crazy. And I feel like, especially, I mean, ever since I became a mom, and then maybe you can relate to this too, you're very aware of your surroundings
Oh,
overall, you
it
know?
is. It is. It's crazy. And this too, which I mean, it's now I feel like it's crazier when you really do say it out like into the universe. But one of the biggest things that I do, it doesn't matter where I'm at. I'm always looking for like an exit point. So if I and it's wild. It's not even like, oh, like, it gets to the point where I literally like I would forget what I'm doing sometimes because in my mind I'm like, God, like let me just grab what I need and get the fuck out because what if something
Yeah.
happens? I'm
Yeah.
always thinking like that. And I think too, I mean, it does have to do with, I think, always, I mean, I've been watching these crime shows since, geez, since I was like 16. So 16 up until just a
Yeah.
couple years ago, I stopped. But that's a long ass time for me to like be completely into all of these, and I think it does. I think it affects you to a certain extent because I might,
Yeah.
I could not, I could literally be grocery shopping, grabbing a tomato, and I'm just like looking at people and I'm like, oh my gosh, like imagine if this guy had a knife and just wanted to like stab,
Yeah.
yeah, stab me, stab my kid, like what the fuck do I do? And then even then people like staring at me, I'm kind of like I'll kind of smile, but I'm more like, why the fuck did you stare at me? You
Like
know, like
reserved. Yeah.
yes, and it's just it's always an eerie feeling, like when my mom too, you know what? This is right here. This shit. Because of her, I have issues getting into my car till this fucking day because her ass was like, I just watched a documentary and they said that you should be looking behind your seat because there could be somebody in there waiting in your car
I
to
always do that.
suffocate you.
I
So
always do
yeah,
that. I promise you, I get scared. I really like I'm scared
bro.
that one day I look into my rearview mirror and then I turn around and I make sure like I'm like ain't nobody in this bitch, right? Cuz you never
This
know, dude.
this is it. But even then, like, why would you tell me that? Because I just want to get in my car and just drive. Like now I gotta be like, who's back there? Like, no. Nah, it's wild. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy.
I think it's just
Mm.
crazy times that we're living in too, you know? Like it's so much shit going on that you just like bug.
It's more crazy though because you know what? It's always been crazy. Back then, we just didn't have the social media. We didn't have the platforms to share. But now
True.
it's in our face. So it's like I don't know. It's like you got to find some joys in life, like some beautiful, beautiful shit to keep you going because the world it's clearly it's a scary fucking place, but
Well, I mean, this episode has been really good. I'm really glad we did this. And I really hope that, you know, when I jot up some new topics, you'll be able to join me because I really do feel like, man, girl, we be having good conversations.
honestly,
Um,
if the half of it was laughing, but we're gonna get better at that.
no, we gotta keep it funny. We gotta we
True.
crack it up.
You know what?
I mean, the conversation was fun.
It was, and it's you know what? It's that's the thing. When I'm a laugh, and I feel bad for people who aren't going to be able to watch us but listen to us. All they're going to hear is like heavy breathing. I, look at that. They're going to cut us
Shut
off.
up.
This is gonna be the lowest fucking views you've ever had in a podcast.
No, no, I swear to God, this is probably gonna be one of the highest ranking episodes.
Listen, like it's
No,
crazy. I can't. I'm
no,
excited. I'm
no.
excited, and if you wanna um continue to do more episodes, I mean, I'm totally down. But yeah, I mean, there's so much more shit to talk about. So
The people love you. The people need you back on the honesty bar. And I'm gonna come see you. I promise. I need that anklet. I'm gonna come
Y'all
see
heard her.
you.
Y'all heard her. Because if not, I mean, that's gonna put your views down, Carla. People don't like dishonest people. So,
No, for real. The
and
honesty
she is
bar
she
be
is
lying.
paying. She's paying full price, y'all. There's not gonna be no honesty bar discount either. Okay.
No, hell no. She's gonna be like, oh, you wanted an anklet? 69.
Oh, that's gonna be
Plus
about
tax.
85 based on the natural look of the toe. That's about to be 85.
Are the toes in natural state or not?
You know, that's a question you got to be
I'm
asking
fucking
because
dead.
some people will take the whole chancla and it whiffs, it hits you, and they're like, oh, whoa, like you should have warned me
No
before
way,
you did it
bro.
like
No
that.
fucking way.
It's it's crazy. I mean, we could get into it another episode, but I heard some crazy stories from other jewelry artists that it's like, wow, like you knew you were gonna come see me and you did that.
Like it didn't even cross your mind to throw on a
Like
little some on.
that's
Like
that's
fuck.
disrespectful. Honestly, I would. Wow. It's the shit that you can't put past people. It's like
You're
I would
fucking
never.
slow. I hate you. Did you shout out your Instagram, your business page yet or no?
Oof, I was hoping you were gonna ask because I didn't want to stutter, but Instagram. Let me think about it. It's my Instagram is SunKissed Babe _Co. And then
Okay.
Facebook is the same. It's just SunKissed Babe Co. You'll find me on there. And if not, just be ghetto. Go through Carla's followers and just type in Keayana. You'll find me
And
on there
type it.
somewhere.
Look, yeah. Or if you can't find her, send me a message. I'll forward
Just
you any
type
of her
in.
reels.
And listen,
Please.
black girls can get tanned. Don't think
Okay?
otherwise. So come see me.
Please come see her. She's gonna get your glow on, literally. I'm so excited to go see her. But thank you. Thank you again for taking the
Thank
time to
you.
record this episode with me. We will be in touch very soon. And yeah, until next time, you guys.
Bye.